Alright then, hello guys, how are you all doing? Lukosh here, and today we will be repairing my Nikes. Sadly to say, this is how to repair soles on your shoe with sugru. It's basically a formula that you can use to fill it in or fix things. You can even mould things with sugru. We've got the snow white stuff to match with the with the sole, as it's a white sole, so we're using snow white sugru. Basically this is what it comes in. I've got the white pack, it's mouldable glue, basically fits in. You can use all sorts of stuff. You can use it to fix cracks or stop it from cracking even more in your stuff, and just really, it's just to fix stuff really, or even form stuff. So today we're going to fix that, so we're going to use sugru. Luckily we don't have a lot of damage, we don't have big chunks missing, we just need a little bit where we need to fill in just to reform it. It's not that much of a big deal, but every detail to me means a lot. And sadly this has happened when these shoes are only 4 weeks old, so we're going to try and repair them by just filling in this little hole. So if I just quickly grab a pair of scissors, because I forgot about them, I thought you'd be able to tear the packaging open, but basically though, it's just the sugru. Just cut around where you only need to cut the top bit, take away. But if you don't use it all though, I believe you can put it in a Ziploc bag and save this, but don't leave it out in the plain air, because otherwise it'll go hard, like when the shoes will set, because it won't be played with forever. When you leave it for 24 hours, it'll set hard. Well, it'll set to rubber, but you get the idea. So either way, I suppose we should get into it. So if we just open this up, we'll make sure the sugru is at the bottom, out of the way, because we do want to make sure you've still got it all. And then we're going to cut the top off, like this. Yeah, let's have a look. I've never worked with sugru before, so this is the first time for me too. I've had no practice. We are actually going to have to open this all the way, because it's hard. Luckily we only need a little bit of it, but there's enough in one pack to make a big amount of it. So we're just going to grab a bit of this sugru. That's good. Just going to roll it into a sausage, sort of speaking. We're going to cut some of that away, as we only need a teeniest of the teeniest bit, just at the moment. You only probably need just a little bit, so we just want to add some really. So we're just going to bond it in. Even that's just looking a little bit nicer. You just got to really bond it into place. You gotta spend some time with it and just mould it in like that. And as you can see, that's looking beautiful. You already can't really tell where it's gone, so as you can tell, that's looking beautiful, just magnificent. We're just trying to form the shape to match with the other shoe, as the other one is okay. So we're just forming that to perfection and moulding where possible. Sugru is really good. It's like Play-Doh, so you can mould it to any shape or form you wish. So that's why I've decided to use this. It's not really, you don't really need to use this to repair shoes. At the end of the day, they're just shoes. If you're really that bothered, you suppose you could buy some, new ones. But as these are only a few weeks old, they're worth saving, and they're been barely worn through yet. So we're just repairing these because, you know, they're not that old. So, you know, if they're not that old and you're like me and it's happened, sadly in this case, at this one only a few weeks old, then this is definitely worth a repair. Especially if you want to keep your shoes crisp and looking fresh and neat. As you can see, it's almost a match with the Nikes themselves. So to be honest, I feel that's a pretty good repair. Like, you'll never get the shape probably directly the same as the shoe, but if you're really good with forming, I reckon you possibly could. But even this, to me, is pretty good. So I'm not complaining. I feel like this was a very good opportunity. I'm quite glad to do it because I'm actually going on holiday not that long now, and I want my shoes to look neat and not look like they have any problems. And oh yes, Sugru is also waterproof, so you don't need to worry about getting it wet because it will not matter. So we're just going to add bits of Sugru to form the shape. If you just want to fill in the hole and make it look smooth, and that's fine, but I'm going to give a go to form how it was meant to look like before. As you can see, I feel like I'm doing a really good job. You want to spend the time, you need to spend time with it and form the shape, and you don't want to rush it, because if you take your time, like everything, the more time you spend with it, the better finish you'll get. So just take your time with it, don't try and rush with it, and just form the shape of the shoe with it, and it'll look magnificent. Magnificent? No, magnificent. Oh my god, I can't even pronounce everything today. I'm just so busy, you know, trying to get the shape. It's very important if you want it to look good. So I'm doing me time the best I can. So I'm spending me time. You just want to make sure you do it good, really. You want to form the shape. I'm just trying to mould with it. You do get finger marks when you tap it like this, but you can smooth them out with some plastic or some paper, or you know, something that you can mould with, and you can just... I do apologise, guys, the memory was full. I thought there was enough space. But basically though, you just got to shape it to form, really, and I think this is doing beautiful. I would never really tell that much that there was so much damage here. Like, you could tell it was done, but if you were standing far away, you would probably not have noticed this ever had you know, this kind of accident that it's had. Because basically, I'll show the clip in. I'll cut into the middle of this video and actually show a clip of what happened in this crash. It was basically at a traffic light, and the shoe collapsed. Well, the shoe didn't collapse. I was riding my bike, and the chain decided to mess up on me. So and the shoe and the chain dropped, and then of course my shoe went down and it hit the road, and then it took a nice big chunk out of the sole. Even when I was starting off from the traffic lights, I still managed to make a hell of a mess. But luckily though, that is a very good repair. I honestly think it's came out better than I was sort of hoping. I honestly thought it was going to look like crap, because I've never worked with this stuff, and especially it'd probably look really good if I had an absolute artist at this, you know, like moulding it in, you know, like a modeller. But you know, even this, you know, you cannot complain for what you get in the pack, and for just a little bit of money, you know, so you get, you know, more with it. So if you've got big chunks, you can fill this in, you can really shape the shoe to size, and now you cannot really tell this has ever happened. So honestly, I think this was a very good tutorial and repair, So overall, I am very pleased with this. I am just moulding in this. And I'll give a review as well of sugru and show and say how my experience has got on with this, because of course it's not made for shoes really, to be used with shoes, but it'll be interesting to see what will happen, and see what will happen when the shoes get weared more. But either way though guys, I think that is an awesome repair job, and you would not really notice that much the difference. And I think that is a job sort of well wrapped up and ready to move on and have happy shoe wearing time. That just sounds so weird, but it is sort of true. So we're just going to mould this a little bit. Oh, and that's looking beautiful. So we're just adding in basically patches. This is, you can, if you ever didn't like the sugru, you can, if you wait for it to dry, you can actually cut it out. But bear in mind though, you want to be careful, because you know, it is shoes, and you've got to be careful not to completely dud your shoes. So you want to be careful, but that is an option to you if you wish to do so. And as you can see, I'm building up the layers and it's looking perfect. So we're just going to wipe our thing on the carpet, well, not on the carpet, but on this piece of paper that I have on the floor, just to clean it off so we don't add marks into it. But either way though, just how it is, that is an awesome job. And I gotta say, I would not thought of anything so better. It was actually ideal. I was looking at this. But if you come across this video and you've bought it and you've done it, please say, if you've got a Google account and you can comment, then please say it works. Because I'd be happy, very happy to know I've actually managed to help someone out with a similar situation as I've had. Or, you know, just something like that really. So, if you wish to and you've got a Google account, then please let me know this has worked out for you. And that'll... and all the feedback that you can possibly give me, it does help me out a lot. And if you really enjoyed this video and this tutorial, please subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. It shows me some appreciation. People are finding my videos helpful and like watching them. So please hit that thumbs button up if you enjoyed this tutorial, as it does help me out, like I've said, a lot. But yeah guys, though, that is basically this tutorial about how to fix Nikes. Is it easy? Yes, I'm going to honestly say it was not that hard. You just got to spend some time with it and work it in. But you know, it's not hard at all, and I think any average person that knows somewhat what they're doing with modelling would be able to do this without a problem. But as always guys though, this was the video of how to fix soles and how to make your shoes look new again, or if it's had a certain damage like this. And it definitely stands up sort of close to the one that hasn't had any damage on the side, and it can put by next to it. So yeah guys, thank you I'm going to zoom out. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe to this video, and that's how you repair shoes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers!